John Opinion Sports here. I hope everybody's well tonight. So, per request of one of my subscribers, I'm doing a way too early mock draft. This is my first one of these, so this should be interesting. Thank you guys for being here with me. So the season ended today. The Giants were picking eighth, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do eighth, 40th, 70, 72. I guess I'll just jump right in. I believe if the Giants had the eighth pick, they would draft Caleb Farley, cornerback at Virginia Tech. This guy's 6'2", 207 pounds. And Caleb is a big guy that can move. He's physical, long. He's good at pressing receivers and is the best man-to-man corner coming up in the draft. I mean, he is sticking man coverage, and no one coming out this year can mirror routes and closing on receivers like he can. So he looks like he's running the routes for the receiver. Uh, Farley has excellent technique, good to excellent technique, and physically, he's elite. I mean, he's got elite size, quickness, speed, strength, and fluidity. I mean, he's a great corner prospect. But of course, there's always negatives. Um, Also, at least there's no negatives physically and mentally. However, Farley did suffer a non-contact ACL tear in 2017 that forced him to miss the season. So since then, though, he's 100% recovered, and he didn't really miss a beat when he came back. I think he opted out this year, but the season before, he missed a couple games in the year with back spasms. Other than that, nothing, just all minor. Another minor negative is he's had trouble in zone coverage here. But I mean, it's nothing serious. I mean, he plays well in zone. I'd say it's just he needs to be a little bit more consistent with NFL coaching. I mean, he'll get it fixed. I'm sure of that. 100% sure of that. But he just needs more reps at he just needs more reps than anything because he's new. I mean, he played quarterback in high school, and actually, I believe he was played in North Carolina, and he actually owns the most touchdowns in a game record at 8, and I believe he did that twice there. So he started cornerback in his first year in college, and it's just amazing that he's this good and with such little experience in the position. I mean, in 3-4 years, this guy could be a shutdown corner in the NFL. So on to the second round pick 40, and I think the Giants would choose Chris Olave. This is the pick I believe the Giants organization would make, not the player I would have picked. In this mock, I'm not presuming who the Giants will take in free agency, so it's based off of what the biggest needs are as of right now on a team. So saying all that, let's dive into Chris Olave. I mean, me personally, I've wanted a tall receiver for Jones to have a security blanket. But for the Giants' offensive system, Chris Olave is perfect. Ohio State runs a variant of the same system Jason Garrett runs. So I think Olave would be a day one contributor. Um, Olave is already a professional route runner. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, he looks so smooth when running routes, and his sideline skills are borderline elite. I mean, the best in maybe years I've seen. So he reminds me a little bit of Devontae Smith from Alabama coming out this year. But Olave is he's not a burner, but he can get over the top with double moves. And don't get me wrong, he's got good burst. He gets open at will basically because of just his suddenness and change of direction. Even though he's only 6 foot, he will go up for the ball and is effective plucking the ball out of the air. I'd say when going up, he's kind of like a Darius Slayton, but the only negatives there is the size and strength. I mean, he's a finesse receiver. It is what it is. But he's so quick. Good luck. Good luck going down and press him. Just good luck off the line. And he'll get stronger. He'll get stronger in the NFL over time. So I'm not worried about that. I think he's a day one starter, and I think he'll be there at pick 40. In real life. So out of the third round, pick 72, I believe the Giants would take Hamilcar Hamilcar Rashad Jr. out of Oregon State. He's an edge rusher. So I think Hamilcar is like a perfect would be perfect in Graham's defense. Just his size, just for his size, he's such an explosive athlete, and he's got good loose hips, which is like a must for stand-up pass rushers. I think he could put his hand in the dirt and do just fine if he had to, but what surprised me when I first saw Hamilcar is how good he is against the run. I mean, especially when it's play side, and he uses his length, but he's effective when looking to shed blocks, and I mean, he and continue through pursuit. He's athletic enough, um, and he does have a pretty good closing burst. So he can chase. He's a chase down defender on like the backside. So that I mean, that's valuable in NFL nowadays, and he does a great job of setting the edge. And that's another thing that gets overlooked nowadays. I mean, how many times when RG3 was in New York did we watch him toast OCU Manure and just kill us because he couldn't set an edge? So he can do that pretty well. But I guess nowadays with all the read option college offenses, a lot of them can do that. And but he's just relentless, and he's good at like retracing to get to the ball. And I just love the way he uses his hands. For his age, he uses his hands great. The best trait about him is just the hips. Most of all, I mean, you'd be surprised how many NFL players have tight hips. And Hamilcar is the like prototypical, words are hard, prototypical modern day edge rusher. But I mean, there's not much negatives about him. Just the negatives I would say are he's still a little raw as a pass rusher. I mean, he needs NFL coaching just to work on his pass rushing moves. But what edge rusher coming out of college doesn't need that? I mean, but what's nice about it? What's nice about him coming to New York is with O'Shane Zimenez, Lorenzo Carter on the team. Hamilcar would really have time to work on his moves and not be rushed in too early. But I mean, even if he did have to, I'd feel comfortable with him rotating in day one. Maybe like a 20-30% of the snaps rule. Anyways, that's it for me. These are the three players that I think the Giants, if they had the eighth pick, and obviously one of these, like if the Giants sign a wide receiver in the offseason, uh, one of these guys, wouldn't be the pick probably. It'd be probably for a different need on the team because there is a few holes here. So that's it. Never done one of these. I don't know if I'm good or bad at it. Anyways, if you made it to the end, uh, like and subscribe. And I think I might just throw some music on here and just let the highlights play the rest of the way. Peace. I can't like this one. The plays break down.